I'll be right back.
It's like he jackknife right up off the road, 18 months clean, get ready, set, go, like he never regretted the path he was headed, and now he forever indebted to the shiny new penny. He got that blowing confetti, when I open like Fetty, whop as I watch him digging in the cupboard for ready. He want that one more piece, thinking it'll make it better, long as he right there with her, she ain't gotta shake a feather. He bring the money, she bring the pain, she asking him how much you love me, don't say it, just put it in my vein. She want that rush, he want that touch, they say they don't need nobody else, cause all we need is us, and nothing could be further from the truth. So every time we close the meeting, I'm giving the moment of silence to you. I got a couple homies, they be asking how I live. I told you that I'm staying clean, thinking that I'm kidding. Man, ain't nothing funny. See me how I live now, ain't nothing funny. I said I never go to sleep, man, I'm on a mission. I told you that I'm staying clean, thinking that I'm kidding. Man, ain't nothing funny. See me how I live now, ain't nothing funny. Ain't no way to get rid of it, this insidious. And you thinking it's only affecting the inner city kids. From the county to the country and all across the globe. People thinking they finding love from what they put inside their nose. My homie sent me a text that I see you on the other side and I only wish you the best. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? But it was just radio silence as I listened for the sirens. I didn't know what was next. Did he take his last breath? Did he take his own life? Cause he didn't know what was left. I'm sitting here looking at my phone so powerless. Like what can I do right now to get him out of this? I'm dialing frantic. Man, I'm trying not to panic. I know right at this very second he's dying. It's apparent. It was 2 months to the day that I got his last message. All I can hope is that he's at peace with where he's resting. I got a couple homies, they be asking how I live. I told you that I'm staying clean, thinking that I'm kidding. Man, ain't nothing funny. See me how I live now, ain't nothing funny. I said I never go to sleep, man, I'm on a mission. I told you that I'm staying clean, thinking that I'm kidding. Man, ain't nothing funny. See me how I live now, ain't nothing funny.
Poor planning, sorry. My phone's gonna die. There we go. Hi everybody. This is Higgy, live from Akron, Ohio, FI Community Housing. The reason for this video is I've been a recovery advocate for almost 4 years now, and been very active. And I relapsed, plain and simple. I relapsed. And if I'm true to myself and the people that love me, I admit it. I admit when I fall short. I admit to what led to the relapse. What I relapsed on is unimportant. The length of time that I used is unimportant. What's more important is how I found myself in this situation. Again, I do not work for a treatment center. I do not make money on placing people. I do not make money on 90% of the things that I participate in. My income comes from my company, which is geared to helping military veterans, a Vision for Veterans Incorporated, based out of Lake Worth, Florida. I was a partner in Restoring Hope Sober Services, LLC. I was going through certification for recovery coaching, interventionist, sober escorting, and some other things. I want to give a shout out to Debbie Perkins and Aaron Doherty. I love you guys very much. They took me under their wing, allowed me into their home to be a house manager, and from that, you know, our friendship has been growing over the years. But they took me under their wing because they know I have a heart and a passion to help other people, and that's all I ever really wanted to do, was use my experience to help those people that are struggling. You know, people are dying and dying and dying. I can't get the right light here, but anyways, I was a apprentice. You know, I was involved in Restoring Hope as the marketing guy. You know, networking is my forte. I don't consider myself an advocate anymore because I cannot, portray that. To me, the word advocate has been dragged through the mud, and there's added stigma to the word advocate. So I'm taking my name out of the hat for that. In helping people and networking to place people into reputable, reliable treatment resources takes a lot of energy. It not only as far as advocates, the people that are marketing for treatment centers, we battle our own addictions, our demons, and we battle fatigue, we battle the family, we battle the addict, we fight for them, we encourage them, we try to plug them in wherever possible. Some make it, some don't. And then we have these online terrorists that crucify us and just make stuff up for no reason other than to create misery, and to, add to the discord, the shame, the guilt, just everything, because we take on a lot, in trying to place people into the right treatment facilities. And I want to give a shout out to my recovery support page, Family Redemption Road. I love you guys with everything that I have. My admins, I love you guys. My admins plug people in that have no insurance, no Medicaid, they have Medicaid or no insurance, no resources, they have no family, and they give of themselves. We pay out of our pocket, personally, a lot of times to plug people in, I don't really have a whole lot to say, but what I want you to know, there's people out there, the recovery advocate community is dwindling. People are relapsing. People are being attacked. People's lives, their kids are being threatened because of the work that they do. Come on, people. Man. It just blows me away, through my path through recovery, I know a lot of people. I know some very influential people that make things happen. And those people didn't show up in my life, just out of the blue. I invited them in. I asked questions. I participated in what they were doing. I plugged them. I promoted them, and I still do that today. That's what I do. I like to empower people. I like to pass along wisdom. I like to plug people in. I like to network. I'm a networker. I'm not an advocate. And through my recovery process, I've discovered that I'm meant for more. I'm meant for more than just a life of pain and misery and broken dreams and unrealized expectation or potentials. And that's the same for any of you out there. If you're using and you think you're being successful, I beg to differ, because you will never reach your potential living in an altered state of reality, living from one high to another, dealing with the criminal element that you do, putting your life at risk, your family's lives at risk, the love and support you should be giving to your family, you're spending at other places that will never lead you down a good path. I really, I'm overwhelmed by the response of the viewers that I have, and before I relapsed, I was sitting in a meeting, and a couple people, they were visibly shaken and just worn out. They were sitting there, and they were talking about how broken and shameful they felt because they relapsed and they'd given up this short amount of clean time. It's the best they ever had, and I'm looking at them going, thank God you're here. Thank God you're alive. And then it came my turn, and how I got there was I spread myself too thin again. I've had 3 relapses in the time that I've been advocating for recovery and trying to help people. The first one came after my very first year of real sobriety. At 6 months clean and sober, I wanted to share the recovery message. That you can be free. You can live a life of purpose and be happy, and you don't have to be high to do it. At 6 months I started planning this. I look back on this and think, that's pretty foolish. So I didn't have a plan B. I moved back to Ohio to set up a nonprofit, and my partnership didn't work out. And I relapsed at a year clean and sober. Ended up back in Florida with the last 4 kids I put into treatment. I was in detox with them. I had to eat humble pie. I had to, face up. I faced up. I owned up. I fessed up. I made adjustments and I moved on. And then last year I relapsed. I thought I was moving into a sober roommate situation, and it was anything but that. I was lied to. I was manipulated into a situation that nearly cost me my life. I overdosed 6 times last year because I just wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't. And my sense of loyalty was I was to stay and try to help this person. It didn't work. It led me to 6 overdoses, 4 detox centers, and broken and homeless again. I wasn't homeless. I had an apartment, but I kept moving in and out, just never committed to getting clean and sober because I had that demon inside me. I fed that addiction. And I moved into sober living, became a house manager. I put together a proposal. Once I got clean and sober, I created my own company geared to helping military veterans, a Vision for Veterans Incorporated. And I owned up to that relapse through social media, the smear campaign again, and I was just honest. I divulged all of the demons that I had, my dirt. I just want to share my experience to help someone else. And I found myself making great strides in my recovery. I was sponsoring guys, I was going to events. I put a music page together, which is growing. I took over, operation of this page, no more heroin. My page, Redemption Road, is growing phenomenally. I got invited to do a radio show, which I never thought that I had the ability to do that. And then from that, things started growing, music events, and helping young artists get into the studio. I've always loved music, and I think I found a niche there with the music community. And from a 1-hour show, James Sweezy invited me to sit in with them two nights a week. So that's 3 nights a week I'm on the radio. I've got 4 Facebook pages I'm running. I have a day job. I'm placing people into treatment. I'm referring people here and there on my own time. I'm scholarshiping people into our sober home. I am doing recovery coach training. I am doing music events. I am planning on getting my the passport, so I go to Mexico to help promote a treatment center in Mexico. All these things finally took a toll on me. I'm spread, and I didn't want to pass up on any opportunities, because I feel like I'm so far behind in life. I'm 53 years old, and I'm finally living the dream, finally getting the things that I want. I have my own company. I'm making my own money, and I'm doing well. But I'm doing all these things. I have no personal time. I have no time for myself. I have no personal relationships other than the people that I interact with in recovery. I got lonely, and I made a bad choice. I got myself into a situation that allowed me to give up my sobriety date. And anybody that knows about sobriety relationships, it's a very slippery slope. Please take your time, pick the right person, because I made a bad choice. I compromised one little bit of pleasure for a whole lot of pain. If I could have picked up the phone one time before I picked up those drugs and alcohol, I wouldn't have had to pick up the phone so many more times after that. And I've been homeless. I pushed a shopping cart on the street. I've been involved with the underground bikers drug scene. I've been to prison. I've hurt people that loved me, that expected more from me, and doing that, I'm a thief. I stole things and did things to support my drug habit, but the biggest, most important thing I ever stole from anybody was their time. People worry about us, and when I'm using, the blinders go up, And all these people that love and care about me are in panic mode. They love me. They love you. And my phone's blowing up. I'm in a hotel room. I'm crying. I'm I've got drugs around me, people around me I do not want to be around, because I worked very hard to escape this lifestyle and this element, but here I am again. How did I get here again? I spread myself thin. I became vulnerable. And once I put that first drink in me, that demon, that monkey jumped on my back, and the obsession to use took over every sense of self-preservation and self-dignity that I had. And once it was on my back, I couldn't get it off. You know, I relapsed October 1st. I made it 5 days, relapsed 2 more days, made another 5 days, relapsed 2 more days. And on that 3rd day, I was on a plane to Ohio because I called Michael Pack. Little did I know, you know, by the time I was able to pick up the phone, Debbie and Aaron had already been making phone calls, and people from across the country were trying to reach out to make sure I was all right, because to relapse in today's world is to die, and I didn't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die and leave a painful memory for anyone. You know, one of the motivating factors for me getting clean and sober was to regain the love of my son. He's 31 years old now, and there's a large portion of his life that I was absent. I was a deadbeat father. I was living in Phoenix, Arizona, cooking meth, running with the bikers, dodging every responsibility that I had. And when I came back, I worked very hard to rebuild that relationship with him. And we have a fantastic relationship today. You know, as he sees his friends struggle with addiction and his friends are dying, he understands what I went through, what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to raise awareness. I'm trying to encourage. You know, I don't save anybody. I empower people. That's what I do. But now, here I am. I'm in Akron, Ohio at FI Community Housing. I want to thank Denny Wilson and Kara Wilson for allowing me to be here, to have a safe place to get my head together. You know, I'm in a much better place, because that internal struggle, that obsession to use, that obsession to not obsess. I was obsessing, and I just couldn't stop. I had to get away. And they provided me a safe opportunity. I want to say I love you, Michael Pack, for everything that you do for me, for everyone else. You know, I want to thank who I call the Dark Side Peanut Gallery out there. Carol, I'm still here, still smiling. So if you're attacking me, you're leaving someone else alone. And what you say does not affect who I am or what I'm about. You know, Debbie and Aaron instilled in me the fact, in order to work with them, I have to be a man of dignity and honor. Something I knew very little about. So I affiliated myself with people that have had a true understanding of what those words meant, and their actions speak louder than their words. Amazing people, amazing people. Tim Ryan, I love you, brother. You've been a major influence in my life and support. Jam Walker, Michael DeLeon, all these guys. Rich Walters is the man. You know, I have aspirations to maybe someday get into the public speaking arena, you know, because I have a lot of experience. I'm passionate, and I want to talk to people just like you guys do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bow out of the social media scene. I'm going to continue to promote No More Heroin Survivor Series, because my goal is to put together a documentary by the same name, take the snippets of these powerful testimonies and put them together in a documentary called the Survivor Series. Success stories of overcoming and surviving against seemingly insurmountable odds. Anyone that fights for their life on a daily basis is a hero to me. You know, I don't know how I don't know how I got myself in this position to be able to reach people, but I enjoy it. But I have to be a role model. You know, I never considered myself, you know, the recovery role model. You know, I'm no recovery guru. Please, you know, there's people that I hurt their feelings. They got mad at me because I relapsed, because they had higher expectations of me. And it's understandable. I've done the same thing. But just please remember, beware putting someone on a pedestal. we're all human, you know, and relapse doesn't have to be a part of your story, but it is a part of mine. And I mastered the art of bouncing back. Now I'm trying to master the art of not having to, and I have to find ways to enhance my recovery. My 12-step fellowship by itself will not work for me solely. Working in recovery will never keep me clean and sober. My sobriety date will never keep me clean and sober. My network, my support network, will never keep me clean and sober if I don't pick up the phone. You know, I have to find a way to convey myself and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking, and allow people to give me feedback and to love me and tell me how ridiculous I really am. You know, I'm not as smart as I think I am. I have a college degree and half of another one, and my intelligence has never worked to my advantage when dealing with my addiction. I cannot outthink my addiction. I have to put the work in to keep it at bay. I don't know. I don't know if this makes any sense or not. I want you to know that relapse doesn't have to be the end of the road. A stumble in the middle of the road doesn't have to be the end of the journey. Relapse doesn't have to be a death sentence. Shame and guilt does not have to rule your world. Reach out for help. Let someone know that you're struggling before you actually pick up, because relapse happens in three segments: spiritual, mental, and physical. You know, spiritually, I got blocked from the spirit because I started toying. You know, I started letting my work that I voluntarily did to help other people, take up all my time, all my conscious waking moments, plus my work. Then I started stressing because I have unrealistic expectations for myself, and that I should be doing more. I got to do more. There's people dying, and I forget about myself. You know, how I found myself in a position where, you know, self-preservation went out the window, and I stopped doing everything I did in my first 30 days of sobriety. It's a gradual compromise, and it leads to spiritual death and physical death. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. I'm the example of what not to do, who not to be, and how to get back, how to come back. You know, I'm getting off social media for at least 90 days. You know, I'll check in from time to time. I'm not going to be involved in placing people. I believe my advocacy days are over by my own choice. I am no martyr. You know, I'm not apologizing to anyone except for the people that I stole your time and I hurt your feelings because I didn't reach out to you. I made you feel weak. I made you feel helpless. And for that, I'm truly, truly sorry. You know, don't ever feel like that you have to go through this alone, because this online community is here. You pick the right people, and they'll love you. They'll support you, you know. And through you know what? I came to Ohio. I was able to go to Jam Walker's music event. I feel at home in that environment. I feel at home with the cool kids in recovery. And when I say cool kids, those are the people that, you know, rock their recovery, that they give more than they take. You know, always open for membership. The cool kids are always open for membership. You know, it's not to exclude anyone. If you want a positive lifestyle and you want to live a life in recovery, you can be a cool kid. I love all of you very much. I don't know, man. You know, since I've been here, I was invited to a Republican meet and greet for a gubernatorial candidate, Jim Renacci. I really dig what he's about. I really dig what his agenda is. And in meeting politicians, they're interested in talking to guys like us, men and women like us, because we have input on this horrific epidemic. Maybe I'm meant for more. Maybe I'm meant to do more. You know, maybe music is where I want to go. I love promoting people. I have options today because I'm alive, and I'm open to suggestions. I have some amazing mentorship in my life. Please, if you're struggling, if you're in a relapse and you can't find your way out, reach out. There is a way out. There's a way you can be free from all of this. I know it. I see it every day. You know, just because I haven't been able to attain that long-term sobriety that I'm searching for, doesn't mean I won't get there. But if I keep self-sabotaging myself, I will never reach my full potential, and that's my greatest fear in life right now. And I believe all of us have a higher calling. Believe that. And you have to search within yourself to find out what that is, how to go about it. Ask people into your life, people that you want to emulate, to be like. We all need role models, regardless of our age and our experience. Cleveland, baby. All right, I'm gonna get off here. I just wanted to let you know, a relapse doesn't have to be the end of the road. You don't have to be filled with guilt and shame, and it does not have to kill you. I tell on myself because I don't want nobody else telling my story. Nobody can ever use any of my secrets against me, because I try to be transparent. I want to be a man of dignity and honor and walk with integrity, with my head held high. And I want the same for all of you. Please reach out. There's so much help out here, I love you all. Thanks for watching the Survivor Series. Please share this. I hope somebody got something out of this. Thank you. Peace out.